All right guys, so it feels like 2024 has just had my number this year. Every time I think I'm getting ahead, something happens and it sets me right back. So, you know, summer this year was just rough. It was over 100 degrees almost for over a full month. So the lawn was definitely stressed. On top of that, it was incredibly smoky out. So I couldn't even get outside to do any proper care. My lawn is very long right now. It's finally, you know, cooling down here a little bit so I can get out and do some stuff. But as you can see, the lawn is looking terrible, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to fix this today. We had weeds take over. Pretty sure ants killed this whole area right here. As soon as I put down some spectricide, everything kind of recovered for a bit, and then we had to go ahead and kill off all of the weeds that kind of took over mine and my neighbor's lawn. You can see here, it is awful though. So what we are going to do, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna clean this all up today. I'm gonna show you guys step by step on how to clean this up and really get it going. But man, 2024 had my number. Hot summer, very smoky. Then all of a sudden came down really sick for about 2 weeks, and I'm still feeling it right now. So we're gonna go ahead and work through this though, because it has to get done. You know, I'm a strong believer in it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I guarantee you, I am not letting the lawn. This is not a representation of what I am. So here we go. All right, let's jump right on into it. All right guys, so first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mow this thing as low as we possibly can. We're gonna really kind of scalp it down. We wanna get this thing as low as we can because we are gonna be doing a nice overseed on it. We're gonna putting down some seeds, some bare areas. We're gonna overseed some, you know, regular areas, but we want to go ahead and first off just get everything cleaned up, mow it all up, and get it cleaned up and looking good. So let's go ahead and jump onto that first. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm going to take my Sunjo, we're gonna take the Sunjo there, and we're gonna go ahead and do a couple passes on the lawn. A lot of the weeds that we killed, sprayed off, they're all dead in the lawn, so we're just gonna kind of get them out of there, get it cleaned up, get some good areas so we can get some new seed in there, and then we'll go ahead and get that seed down. But what we wanna do is we wanna get all the dead material out of here, get it cleaned up. If you have a small area, you can use one of those like little garden weasels. That'd be a really good spot. But since I'm gonna be doing my lawn and my neighbor's lawn, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Sunjo to try and make it a little bit fast and not break my back so much while it's so hot out. So let's go ahead, we'll get this powered up real quick and then go ahead and get it running. Okay, everything is nice and cleaned up now. we're gonna go ahead and grab our seed, throw the seed down. I'm gonna do basically like a new seeding rate. So new lawn seeding rate. We're not gonna do like an overseed. Go ahead and put it down. Might do some overseeding back here just to kind of give it a nice little blend in. But most of the seed that we're gonna be using is stuff that we've already used. It's gonna be Hat-Trick Fireball. So it's gonna mold in and mesh in very well with the existing lawn. So we'll go ahead and get everything in here, but everything's nice and cleaned up. And now we're just gonna get the seed on the lawn. So let me go ahead and grab that. Okay, so what we have is Twin City Seeds Obsidian, which is 32% Fireball, 32% Hat-Trick, and 32% Team Me Up, which is already all in this lawn. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up, get it in our spreader, get it down the lawn, and then we'll go ahead and get our nutrients in and water everything in. So let me go ahead and grab my spreader real quick. Okay guys, so seed is down, it's looking really good. If you guys can see, this is kind of how you want your seed to look. You want it to be very well, covered. You want the seed to be very well, evenly distributed amongst the dirt. It wants to, look really good. This is kind of what we're looking for. So I'm really happy with how it's looking. So now the seed is all down. What we're going to be doing next is spraying our nutrients down, and we're gonna be putting down a nice little mix. And I will link everything down below, but what we're gonna be putting down in our mix today is Turf Titans Root Booster, Lawn Commander, and Lawn Advancer. We're also gonna be putting down some Tenacity, obviously to keep any of the weeds at bay, because we did do a pretty good tear up over here. We wanna make sure, any weeds are gonna stay away for a couple weeks here if we can. And then we're also be putting down propiconazole, and there's two reasons why we're gonna be putting down propiconazole. First off is gonna be that we're gonna be watering a lot, so we wanna make sure that there is no fungus happening, all right? So it's gonna eliminate any possibility of fungus coming into the lawn and wreaking any havoc into this new lawn. Propiconazole also inoculates the seed, so it actually helps that seed germinate and get going quickly. So we're gonna put that in our mix. We're gonna get everything going in here real quick, get this on the lawn, water it all in, and then we're gonna be good to go from there. So let's go ahead and get this down on the lawn and get inside because it is hot today. So I got my tank mixed up here. So it's basically 4 to 6 ounces of Lawn Commander, 4 to 6 ounces of Lawn Advancer, 4 to 6 ounces of Root Booster per 1,000 square feet, 1 teaspoon of mesotrione per 1,000 square feet, and 1 fluid ounce of propiconazole per 1,000 square feet. You go ahead and get this all mixed up in one tank, you're good to go. So we got it all in here. We're gonna go ahead and get this on our back, spraying it down. All right, so we got our mix down. All the nutrients are down. Next up, I'm gonna cover some of the areas with some peat moss. A lot of probably this area here is gonna get covered with peat. Everything else I might just kind of leave because there is kind of grass to kind of keep everything open, but this area here, it's probably gonna get some peat moss here. I have half a bag. I have another bag if I need it, but let's go ahead and see, just how much we can put down. But we're gonna put down some peat moss. Basically what that does, keeps the seed safe, keeps it moist, helps it germinate better. If you have the ability to put it down everywhere, I would. But like I said, not everywhere here really needs it. So we're only gonna be doing the areas that are very barren right now, just to kind of keep everything safe and orderly. So let me grab my gloves real quick because this is gonna get real messy. Also, the camera's been having issues overheating today. It is a hot one out today. So if it overheats and it shuts down, I'm sorry. Just know that I'm gonna be putting peat moss over this whole thing. I'm not gonna be able to look at the camera the whole time. So let's get to it. All right guys, so peat moss is down. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the camera overheated. Here's what it is, it's hot one out here today. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna overheat soon. But peat moss is down, everything's looking good. We're gonna keep this nice and moist. Next thing to do, water it. So, If it dries, it dies. That's the name of the game at this point. So we're gonna be watering this thing about 3 times, 4 times a day if need be. Once in the morning, once around noon, and then probably another one around 3, 4 o'clock, depending on the heat temperatures of the day. So what's great about this grass that we put down, it is a perennial rise, so we should see some germination here within 5 to 7 days. And then really everything here should be nice and dark green, looking stripy again 2-3 weeks from now. So by the end of the month, we'll be looking really, really solid, and I'm gonna be really excited to kind of see this bounce back again and looking like $1 million. So I will check back in with you guys once everything kind of germinates, and we are looking really good. So see you guys in a couple weeks. All right guys, so we are back after about a week from the seeding that we did on this lawn, and I gotta say, initial first week, we got a lot of new grass growing in. It's looking really good. It's starting to thicken up. All right, but it's only a weekend. So I gotta say, I'm very impressed though with this grass seed. As you can see behind me though, it is starting to fill in. It's looking really good. There's still some thin areas, but we got some time still to kind of see how this comes in. But I'm gonna show you guys just, real quick what we're looking at, how it's kind of filling in, and what my plans are here kind of going forward. So ready for this? We'll switch it around. All right guys, so there it is. Everything's kind of filling in. You can see all the way in the back there. We got some nice baby grass coming all the way through. Got some thin areas. It's not a big deal. We can fill those in. But remember, this is all pretty much dirt, coming through here, and there's all weeds. So we got, nice, new grass coming in. I gotta say, this grass is dark though. It is some dark green baby grass. I'm very excited to see this kind of finally fill in. I mean, look at this. Ooh, man, that is dark stuff. I'm really excited to get this in. Again, all the way through here, filling in, a little light in areas, but again, not a big deal. So overall, very excited about it. We did overseed the whole area, so everything will blend in nicely. I'm thinking another 2 weeks, we'll be able to get our first mow down on it, get its first cut in, and then we're gonna start kind of really feeding this lawn, getting it ready for the fall, getting it ready for the winter, and getting it going. So I'm very excited about it. We'll see you guys in about another week or so. We'll check back in on this and really see where it's at. All right, so I'm gonna see you guys in another week. All right guys, so we are back. It's about 2 weeks since first original seeding, 1 week since the last update, and I want to show you guys there's a lot of improvements. It looks full from a distance, but there's still a lot of work to go, still a lot of growth to go, and we're still probably a good week or so out from getting our first mow down. But I'm gonna show you guys what we're looking at, how it's looking today, and I gotta say, pretty impressed by it. I think it's gonna fill in really nicely though in the next week or so. So I'm gonna flip it around for you guys. You can take a look. Right, here we go. So there it is, guys. You can still see there's still some thin areas. It's filling in though. Some, a little bit more brown where the dead material is at, but that's gonna all kind of work its way out. As you can see, my neighbor's lawn though, really looking good. Still some thin spots. We put some more seed down here. So that way these go ahead and fill in a little bit. I wanted to get some more seed in there so that way, it wasn't so thin. Really looking good though. All this kind of filling in. I mean, look at it, man. This is just 2 weeks after we did everything. So we're gonna give it another week or so before we get a mow in, and then from there on, we'll start fertilizing. We've already cut back our watering, so we're not watering too much right now because all the grass is kind of grown in. We're gonna cut back our watering a little bit. We're gonna let everything kind of fill in, and then we're good to go. So we're gonna come back in 1 more week, check it out, hopefully get our mow in. So I'll see you guys in 1 more week and we'll do another check-in. All right guys, so we are about 3 weeks since we did our renovation on this front lawn. Everything's looking really, really nice. I really like the way it all came out. Everything's looking solid though. So you see here my neighbor's lawn, where it was obviously the worst from when we first did this project. Very, very nice. Nice dark green grass. Everything's looking good. It's a little thin in some areas, not a big deal though, because once we start to cut this grass, it's gonna thicken up. It's gonna start to spread out a little bit, put out some extra blades. So it's gonna thicken up a lot. So I'm very happy with how this looks, but obviously what we have to do today is we gotta mow it. So what I do suggest is if you have like baby grass, is doing something with like maybe a light push, light push manual mower, a little reel mower, really good for, baby grass plants. But what we're gonna use today, we're gonna use our green machine. We're gonna go over it. We're not gonna use, the drivetrain. We don't wanna run those wheels because these roots aren't very deep. So we don't wanna pull anything up. We wanna be as gentle as we possibly can as we're mowing this up, but we need to get it cleaned up. We need to get, get everything kind of leveled out again. And then we're gonna give it some nutrients. So I'm gonna break the mower out real quick, get everything going, and then check in when we're done. All right, so let me grab the mower real quick. All right guys, so there you have it, your first mow on your new grass. Everything's looking good though. Very happy with how it came out. There's some, areas that still need some help. That's okay. Fertilizers get help. So after you've done this, what's important now is put down a dose of fertilizer. It's been about 3 weeks since you put anything down, and so it needs some. So you can put down another starter fertilizer if you like. What I'm gonna be doing is kind of jumping into my fall nitrogen blitz. And so I'm gonna be putting down plenty of nitrogen here. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit for this lawn between these two, probably looking more at like 0.25 pounds every week. And that's really gonna help a lot of this grow in. It's not gonna burn the lawn at all. And what's really gonna happen is you're gonna see a lot of that baby grass start to grow in and really fill in nicely. So 0.25 pounds of nitrogen is what we're gonna be putting down. If you wanna do a starter fertilizer, you can totally do that too. But that's just how I'm gonna be going with it. But overall, I think the lawn looks great, much improved from where it was just a month ago. And we're gonna keep working on it. Going into the winter time, lawn's gonna be looking great. Other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, you guys know what to do. Smash that like and subscribe button. And as always, go out there and make it a great day. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.